It's May, and that means trout season. So we packed up the car in the dark, hit the road early so that we could arrive at our favorite trout location around first light.
Well, welcome to Fishing for the Rest of Us. It's Saturday, May 11th, opening day for walleye. So we are headed to our favorite trout creek, hoping that everyone else is walleye fishing. Let's see if anyone's here. It looks like we are good.
Once arriving and setting up the camera, we tied our lines, baited our hooks, and had the lines in the water by about 6 a.m.
Alright, so we're here at our favorite trout spot. Today we're going to be fishing a few different baits with a similar rig. Small bobber, monofilament leader, a couple of small split shot, a very small trout hook. I'm going to start off with a worm, just wacky rigged on there, hanging nicely in the water, and we'll see how that goes. It's about 6:30 in the morning. We're starting to get some activity under the bridge. We see them moving and jumping. Hopefully they'll start hitting soon. Oh, I got one on. He's a feisty one. First fish on of the day. Try to walk him over here. See if I can land on my own. Still got a bit of fight.
Gotta love trout, man.
Not quite yet. Alright, I think you're almost done. Alright, managed to land this nice, beautiful, small one to start the day. Hopefully we can get a few more like that. We're going to get this guy back in the water. And hopefully not me in the water.
That'd be funny too.
Might need a minute. Fought hard. And there he goes. Alright.
To locate spawning trout, a good place to start is the Great Lakes. There are many rivers and streams that feed into the Great Lakes. Start at the mouth of the lake and head upstream a few kilometers. Look for clear water with a smooth sandy bottom, and trout won't be far. A great spot to check for more tightly grouped congregations of trout is in deeper, calmer pools along the river, such as a back eddy or under a small bridge. Trout use these areas as a resting place during their long, tiring journeys.
some shots of me too, dude.
I have a fish on too.
Are you serious?
I did.
Double header with the camera going?
I don't know if it's the same fish. It might be the same fish.
At this point, we realized the trout had crossed Mike's line while fighting me. It was our first day with the camera. We learned.
He's got both our bobbers. It's the same fish.
Oh no.
At least we know he's going to get landed.
Speaking of which, why don't you let that go for a second, just come land him so we can get a shot at him. Another beautiful rainbow. A little better this time. But again, we're going to get this guy back in the water. Hopefully catch a few more today. Beautiful shot. Oh, easy, buddy. Come on. A little bit tired. I'm kicking him in. It's important to give fish a few minutes if they need it to recover. You don't want to drop them back in when they're not ready or they go belly off. Away he goes. Alright, we're going to take a real quick break from the action to talk a little more about the rigs we were using. I touched on it before, didn't go into much detail though. So what we're using for hooks, the very small, if you can even see it, size 10 wide gap live bait hook. And what I'm doing is just draping a worm over top, single hook, letting it hang down. And again, we're fishing about a foot to a foot and a half deep with just one or two small split shot on there to weigh it down. Again, you want to use a monofilament leader so the trout don't see it. And later on we'll talk about the knots we use to tie that. Another fish on. Still fishing the worms under the bobber. The rainbows are loving it. Another gorgeous rainbow.
Need me to net it?
Might be able to get this one. As soon as he's done fighting. One thing trout are good for, it's always a great fight. See if I can't net this one myself. There we go. He unhooked himself. Got him just in time. Easy though. Another beautiful Ontario rainbow. Let's get him back in the water. It's been a good day so far. We're just coming up on 8 a.m. Third fish landed. We've had a couple more on that got away. We seem to be hitting the worms pretty good today. And away he goes. Alright.
Earlier in the episode, I had mentioned that I was using a monofilament leader on my line. We're going to take a few minutes now to show you how to tie one. I usually keep a braided line on my spool year round. However, when I go trout fishing, I like to use a monofilament line. Rather than respooling the entire reel, I simply tie on one of these leaders. First, set down both pieces of line parallel to each other like shown. You then want to take one of the pieces of line and start wrapping it around the other one so that you create a loose loop. You're going to want to repeat this process 3 times. Next, take your end piece of line and put it back through the 3 loops you had just created, going through in the same order that you had created the loops. Pull this knot tight and it should secure onto the other line. We're then going to repeat this process with the opposite piece of line. So again, take it and slowly start wrapping it around, creating 3 separate loops. Double it back in the way it came, put it through those 3 loops, and pull it tight. So now you should have 2 small knots separated by a few inches on the line, but simply taking the braided and monofilament line and pulling them gently in opposite directions, these 2 knots will slide together and meet in the middle. From there, it's just a matter of trimming the tag ends off, and you've got yourself a union knot ready to go.
Oh, a jumper. Another beautiful rainbow on. We're catching some smaller sizes today, but that's alright. Beautiful colors, nice healthy fish. That's 4 for today so far, I think. Good day in anyone's books. Another healthy release. Oh, good day of trout fishing. Alright, so we've had to adjust a few times today, a little bit of depth changes. Right now we're only running about a foot and a half deep. We seem to be getting the hits there. With trout, we're just finessing it. You don't want to spook them. They're a little bit skittish. So we're just gently pitching our baits down into the current under the bridge where they're holding. I'm leaving the bail open and just letting the current take it slowly downstream. And they seem to be hitting along the way when it settles down. Rolling?
Yep.
This is my big fish of the day so far. If we can get him in. Oh! Gotta keep steady pressure on him. That's a rainbow. That's a nice fish. Nice hook set right in the corner of the mouth. He wasn't going anywhere. This has been a great day of trout fishing. Oh, one more for the books, so we'll get this one back in the water. He fought hard, we'll give him a minute to revive. About ready to go. There you go. Whew. Good fish. Well, we had a great day on the water, caught some beautiful trout. Hopefully you all learned a few tips that can help you land some yourself. On behalf of the whole crew, thanks for watching Fishing for the Rest of Us, and we'll see you next time.
Hey Spenny, when you were looking for something to sit on, what excluded the chair directly behind you?
The lack of 4 legs.
Okay.
He's got 3.
He's got tree. Never trust a man with 3 legs.